Hi everyone, I'm Sierra Glassman, an undergraduate studying integrative biology at the University of California, Berkeley. I'll be talking about my research on vocal dimorphism in Anna's hummingbirds. So, sexual dimorphism is a feature found across disparate taxa, from teleos fish to humans. This dimorphism is often linked to sexual selection and territorial defense. Vocal dimorphism is well documented in passerine birds like sparrows, but this feature is understudied in non-passerines like hummingbirds. Though there is little literature on vocal dimorphism within the hummingbirds, the striking morphological dimorphism in a species of North American hummingbird, Anna's hummingbirds, is well known. Males boast a flashy magenta gorget and surpass females in body mass. Anna's hummingbirds have a relatively small repertoire of vocalizations, including the chip note. A chip consists of a single syllable of short duration covering a broad frequency band, and they are often produced in bursts. Thus, measuring the temporal distance between each chip is a relatively simple way to investigate disparity in vocal behavior between individuals. In this study, we behaviorally contextualized the rate of production of chip notes in Anna's hummingbirds and recorded the sex of the focal bird to assess potential dimorphism. We found that while chips did not differ much with behavior, there was a sexually dimorphic effect on chip production rate. We discussed the possible correlation between sexual dimorphism in chip production and territoriality. From November 2022 to March 2023, we conducted field observations to collect audio recordings with behavioral context at 3 different sites: the UC Santa Cruz Arboretum, the campus of UC Berkeley, and the UC Berkeley Arboretum. As we collected audio from a focal bird, we also noted down its feeding, mobility, and territorial behavior using an ethogram. We also noted bird sex. Here's a short clip of hummingbirds chipping at the UCSC Arboretum. Once we got these audio recordings with behavioral and sexual context, we analyzed them in the software Raven Pro to determine the time intervals between the beginning of each chip note. To correlate chip intervals with sex and behavior, we ran a gamma-distributed generalized linear mixed model. To assess potential differences in territorial behavior between sexes, we also ran a chi-squared test. We found that the chip interval of male and female birds differed significantly from each other. Unknown sex birds had chip intervals intermediate to those of males and females. Additionally, hummingbirds making chips during or after a territorial announcement chipped significantly faster than those chipping during a chase. No other behaviors had significantly different chip intervals. We could not detect significant differences in territorial behavior between the sexes derived from the chi-squared test. We found evidence of vocal dimorphism within Anna's hummingbirds. We also found that hummingbirds chipping during or after a territorial announcement tended to chip faster than those displaying the chasing behavior, but this is probably due to the fact that only male hummingbirds chip during or after territorial announcements. Hummingbirds made chip notes in all observed behavioral contexts as well. In this study, we did not find significant relationships between the presence of territorial behavior in chip intervals. We suspect this may be due to our relatively small sample size of territorial hummingbirds, so we cannot rule out that vocal dimorphism is confounded with territorial dimorphism. Previous studies indicate that male hummingbirds may be more intensely territorial than females. Also, immediately after feeding, hummingbirds are more likely to chase off intruders using low-energy displays rather than engage in a chase. As all areas that our study recorded hummingbirds in hosted an abundance of flowers, chipping could have been the preferred low-energy defense method of the territorial but well-fed birds. Perhaps the higher chip rate among males could be due to their increased territoriality in comparison to females and an abundance of food de-incentivizing more intense forms of aggression. More research into sexual dimorphism and territoriality is needed in hummingbirds in general. A more targeted study may investigate if territorial behaviors are correlated with quicker chip production rates, as our broad behavioral sampling methods were not conducive to this specific purpose. Overall, further exploration of chip notes and territoriality in hummingbirds will improve our understanding of how sexual dimorphism impacts animal communication.